Hey everybody, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and welcome to New Year's Eve at Cinderblock Studios. This is going to be sort of a party show, because hey, it's New Year's Eve, might as well be a party. I'm either going to finish this painting today, or it's going to be the first really good new one for the new year. I'm sitting around, having a few drinks. I hope you can sit around and join me as well. So this needs to be somewhere other than near my paint water. So I'm going to pick way over here on the left. So yeah, I'm actually going to get this video tweeted out and everything like that, so just stick around for the time being, and I'll be around shortly. Okay, and we're going to do a quick video upload, I think, as well, to YouTube to announce this. Have to forgive me. My throat is very sore. I sort of seem to have caught the bug that's going around, so lovely in that regard. Move this away so you guys can't see my password, I suppose. Might be a good idea. So I need this, and camera. Okay. We're just going to do a quick little recording. Hey everybody, Ben here from Cinderblock Studios, and if you're looking for something to do for New Year's and aren't really doing much of anything, why not join me here in the studio? I'm hanging out, enjoying a few drinks, and, of course, working on some artwork. So come join me over at twitch.tv/CinderblockStudios, and I hope to see you guys there. Alright, cool. So we'll throw that up to YouTube. Nice and quick. I can't copy one thing on my laptop and paste it over here to my tablet. That does not work. But I can just pull it right out of the social links in here. Twitch. There we go. And quick publish. Sweet. Done and done. Alright. So, I was supposed to work on this earlier. I didn't. I was doing other stuff today. Other types of painting. I was painting some brown trim in my house. But I am very happy to be doing stuff now. And especially right before the new year, so yay, it's a party. So hopefully guys over in the chat will come in and start making noise eventually. In the meantime, I think Bob Ross is also streaming right now, so I might get a little competition. I say that like he's alive and be able to hear me. Instead, he's probably just turning in his grave. But yeah. So this is a very different kind of joy of painting. This is a little more ridiculous. Although I think it would be really hilarious to have just like one episode of the joy of painting with Bob Ross if he was drunk. I think it would be hilarious. It would be like, I'm gonna take some lizard crimson. You know, it's just. Actually, I do want some lizard crimson. A little bit more liquidy though than the stuff he would use. Yoink. So, lizard crimson. Put that there. Also want some nasty brown. I also want to make a brown, that's why I have these two inks. One of my current ways to make brown that I really like is with whatever these are, cerulean and red oxide. So I want a base brown, which is what this mixed color is, that I'm mixing the alizarin crimson into, because it's really kind of green right now. I'll probably end up using some red oxide anyway. Also want some yellow in here. And right now, I'm to the point in this piece where pretty much all of the work from here on out is all just going to be done with a nice liner brush. So this one or this one, so really fine detail stuff. And knowing me, if you've seen any of my streams before, you will know that I have a really bad habit of leaning in my head in front of the camera, so I'm going to try my damnedest today to not do that. And if I'm detailing, I'm probably going to be sitting, so that should help with that issue as well. Oh my, that was a lot clearer of a nozzle than I was hoping for. So I have a little yellow. I'm going to want... That's still really a lot greener than I'd like. Alright, let's get the nice bright cadmium. There we go. That looks good. And that's a nice heavy pigment load in that, so that'll bring that back to where I need it to be. That's a lot better already. I know that's probably really minimal, and I'm going to move this over because you probably can't see that real well. I did keep forgetting, I think I zoomed in a little with the camera prior to starting the stream, so I don't know if it kept or not. I think it did. Oh yeah, that's better. That's a lot redder of a brown. Plus with that yellow in there. Oh yeah. That's exactly where I need that color to be. Alright. Let me get a rag. Hopefully my furnace isn't too loud for you. But it's a mental note thing for me more personally. So yeah, having a few drinks, painting some shit. It's gonna be a fun night. Hey, Rare Earth's in the chat. Good to see you. Hopefully you're done with work for the evening. If not, I can annoy you on your break. Yay! Mm. Also, there's a very good chance that I'm going to get a little hammered tonight. Oh. So if you see me say I need to stop painting now, that's why. So just, you know, in advance. Yeah, so this grayish color that you get out of cerulean and red oxide is really, really nice. Used way too much of that blue, though. Luckily, red oxide is potent. So now this wonderfully ridiculous gray. Well, that is so close to a neutral gray that it's just scary. I gotta get. Hold on. I haven't made this with the inks in a while. I'm usually using just my regular heavy bodies for this. Push it around. Push it around. My table does lean ever so slightly inward, so the ink has a tendency to flow that way. So I just want to put this on a piece of paper to see it. Wow, yeah, wow. Yeah, that is so close. So close to a neutral gray. That is scary. Yeah, so if you want to make a good neutral gray, that's nice. That's just, wow. Alright. Oh, you're done for a couple days. Good. Me too. Well, sort of. I'm done for I mean, it was Sunday. I didn't have to work today at all. I don't have to work tomorrow, which is good. New Year's Day is one of my, like, 4 holidays that I get in the year. I want to make something green after this. There was a... I think it was called a red dragon, but I think it's actually going to be, like, sort of a brownish color like this in my recipe book upstairs. And I was like, I want to make that tonight. That looks really good. Part of me is I feel like I've betrayed some people because I do have this cocktail blog, and I know I haven't made a post in a while. I'm like, I probably should have posted something for New Year's, but in theory, I also should have posted something for Halloween, for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas. So, you know, one thing at a time. Okay, a little bit of carbon black on there as well. So I'm going to be taking an art store trip, and I'm going to need more of this. This one lasted me, I think, almost 2 years, which is really good. And if this, I think I'm about maybe at like a quarter full. I think it's about like here, which is really good. But it's just the one of my high flows that's actually starting to get empty. I also refill markers with it, so you know it's not crazy, but it is. It's not crazy, but it's crazy. We're all just a little crazy today, and that's fine. I'm totally fine with being crazy today. I feel like if nothing else, let's be crazy. So yeah, I painted this. I started it, I guess yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. it all blurs together. I'm sorry. And I got pretty far with this. I worked on this. I worked on this, which is this is a watercolor base. My foreground sketching here was acrylic paint marker. And then I'm just going to be doing the whole entire rest of this in chalk pastel. I just kind of noticed the camera. This is really bright and overexposed. I have to tweak this a little bit. So I do apologize up until this point that it has been as bright as it has been, because that's really bright. Like, that should not be that bright. So let me adjust. It's probably going to be exceedingly bright, and then it'll be good again. So let me, nope. Wow, that's really. You see, now I'm getting the lines in the thing. I have to take the brightness down. Oh wow, that's much better. Brightness down, contrast up a little. Oh yeah, there we go. That is a lot better. Okay. Yeah, so now you can actually see the little yellow sun that's there. You couldn't before. That was my concern. It was just a big white overexposed thing. Now you can actually see the stuff, see all the stuff. So yeah, that's what this piece looks like. That's what this one looks like. And I've got a third piece on the floor. I'm doing a bunch more wood stuff right now. Actually, I was digging through my garage too to find extra wood panels and stuff I could work on. And then there's this piece which I started. And this one you probably can't see super well because it's real dark, and it's going to be a dark piece. It's a night piece that's called Luminous River. And the whole point of this is, rather than the light source coming from the sky, which is what I'm used to, the light source is going to be the river, and it'll be like a nice gold color, like a big yellowish gold glow, and then that light will reflect all of the rocks in the landscape. So the only thing that's actually done with this is the sky, which is I did like a deep purple, and then just did some brush flicking for like the Milky Way and the stars, which so far I think looks awesome. But this is like the next project on top of that. And I've got some larger scale stuff coming up as well, but right now I'm doing some small wood panel pieces because I miss small wood panel pieces. They're fun to work with. Okay, my red disappeared. The colors are separating. Turned blue again. Okay, so I got that, and I got this. We're getting back to this. I'm back to it. I haven't started it yet for today. So yeah, I'm probably not going to finish this today. I'm probably going to finish it early tomorrow morning, when it is 2018 at that point. I would have liked to finish this year, aside from it being a piece that's taken me a while to get to. Like my sketchbook sketch for this was done 1/26, so it was the end of January. It's been almost a year since I sketched this painting, and now I'm finally painting it. So right now, my turnaround time from a sketch to a painting is really long. Unless I like do a sketch and then sort of immediately be like, yeah, no, I'm painting this right the hell now. But that doesn't usually happen. I mean, there were a couple this year where it's like, no, this one, all other projects are getting put on hold so I can do this one. There was a piece I did which might be at a coffee shop right now, I'm not sure. I think it was. I think I took that one down. But the whole point... Jeez. What the... Where did that even come from? God. I already sound smashed. I'm not. I swear I'm totally sober. I'm totally tober. Okay. So, the color that I used for that painting this year was this chromium oxide green, which I picked up specifically for that painting. And since then, I was like, you know what, this was a fun color to try, but I actually don't think I like it. So next year, I'm actually going to be switching out for a different one, probably like, I'm sorry, what was it? Either a Viridian or a Terra Vert. But that's, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, which that bridge is probably coming in about 3 weeks, so. Yeah, so today... aside from painting, which went with the stuff I didn't get done painting today. So hey, my God, I'm actually starting to work now. The things I did do today was I started writing my video outlines, which is tomorrow's big project. I need to record stuff because I haven't in like 3 weeks. At least I haven't recorded anything substantial. I've got 2 general educational videos, 3 quick tips, and like 6 regular acrylic tutorials coming up. So I do need to get around to actually recording stuff. And I think at least 3 of the painting tutorials I have to do for a piece, which is the tricky part right now. It's like I can't prep a demo on paper and just do that. I actually have to do them while I'm working on a piece, which I haven't had to do in a while. So I kind of have to have things set up ahead of time for that. So yeah, that's where all those things are sitting, and that is, I would say, one of the goals. I kind of talked, I guess, a little bit in my the message to my subscriber video over on YouTube, and it was this idea of like things to look forward to next year, things, my goals and all that stuff. I do one of those videos every year, but one thing I didn't mention, which I should have, because I just didn't think about it, is that one of my goals for 2018 is to do more core painting tutorials. So when I say core painting tutorials, oh come on, seriously, I did that again? I'm not talking about core painting tutorials. I am talking about things that are what a lot of people subscribe to me for. It is the super heavy. I gotta get my regular stool. I'm using a different one today, and I don't know why. Regular stool. Here we go. Core technique-based stuff that most people and most of you out there probably subscribe to me for. It's all the stuff that are like, it's like, yeah, these are these solid how to paint rocks, how to paint trees, these solid painting tutorials that everyone seems to really like. And to this day, they're still my most successful videos, so I'm trying to get more of those planned. I've also have like 2 of them that were requests that I just haven't gotten around to for like a year and a half, and I feel really bad about that. I did try once. One of them is Wispy Clouds. And I actually did a re-recording of the Whisper, because I had one originally, and then I did another one, and the whole thing turned out so bad that I completely scrapped it. So technically that video did get made, it just got scrapped because I just was not happy with the end result of what I had come up with. I thought the demo was really subpar, so I just completely canned it. And I was like, you know what, I'll have to completely redo this. And of course, in doing so, I'm just like, well, I've totally lost the energy and will to want to do it at this point. So I do want to try again. And the other thing too is I don't do Wispy Clouds a lot, so it was harder for me to do it. So I was trying to come up with the technique on the fly and trying to remember how to do it, since I haven't in a long time. At least I haven't effectively. Well, it's going to be hard is how to teach how I do it, and the way that I personally do it is to do it when I'm blending the sky color. So the entire tutorial and my explanations have to take place over the course of about maybe 2.5 minutes, which is about how much time I have to work the sky, because that's how long the acrylics are going to dry too fast for me to explain it and do it. Because a lot of times it's like I'm explaining and I can stop. I can say this is why I'm doing this, but I can't do that with Wispy Clouds because it has to be done when it's wet, and you can't do it when it's dry. You can't layer over layer it, at least not the way that I do it. So it's really hard for me to do that tutorial because it has to be done in one take and it has to be done all at once. And if I screw it up, I don't usually want to try it again. So that's why that one hasn't gotten done. There's a lot of videos like that. There were I would say at least 3 this past year that I just tried and I just absolutely failed at, and I was like, I can't even put this video into my editor because it turned out so bad that I'm not even gonna put in the effort to make the video and cut it together and play with the footage, because I know that the end result is shit. And I hate to be so blunt about that, but it's true. I mean, I can't bring myself to put a video out if the quality of the final product isn't up to par. So I didn't. What was I saying? Something about putting more painting tutorials out. I think it was the initial thought there. Man. Best thing to do when you have a sore throat? Talk for 6 hours. Awesome. Yeah, no. I don't know what I was thinking. So I have this running joke with a friend of mine from high school, and uh, we were good friends when I was in high school with my church youth group, and I had this idea in my head. It's like once people graduate, you don't see them anymore. And so one of the last nights right before she went off to college, I was like, I'm really depressed. I'm never gonna see you again. She's like, what are you talking about? Of course you're seeing me. I'm like, you're gonna be gone. I'm not gonna see you anymore. And about 2 weeks later, I saw her again. She came back. She was helping out. And it was just this. I was like, man, I thought I was never gonna see you again. And she goes, yeah, man, I don't know what you were thinking. And then, like every preceding moment after that we saw each other, it was this running joke. It was like another 3 days go by, I saw her. And another 2 weeks go by, I saw her. 3 months go by, I saw her again. And every time, I'm like, yeah, I thought I was never gonna see you again. And she just, yeah, man, I don't know what you were thinking. And what's funny now is I haven't seen her in probably, 4 years at least. But I know the next time we run into each other, it's gonna be like, I thought I'd never see you again. So you never know when you're gonna run into people. I don't know why I'm telling that story. I don't know what the point of that one was. But it was I guess a fun moment anyway. So I would say the one thing I really do like about working small scale is it doesn't require as much effort. Where like a couple of these, like a couple tiny little brush strokes like this, I can do that in 5-10 seconds. If this was a large scale piece, that same little thing, but blown up, would probably take me 5 minutes. And so, just in working smaller, it's faster. You get a faster workflow in. So I guess I'll keep telling this funny story about the lady's name is Donna. I was just like, yeah, don't know what you were thinking. So when we were in high school, she was dating a friend of mine. Donna's I guess a year ahead of me, or was. I mean, not that she isn't anymore, but at a certain point once you graduate high school and you're 18 and even into your 20s, like nobody cares anymore. It's just we're all adults, whatever. She was dating a guy in my grade, and it was him and another guy. We were all sort of in this. We were all kind of like looking into the priesthood at that point in time, and it wasn't a secret or anything. Like everyone was sort of in the know, so to speak. That we all had this interest, but Donna was like said about this other guy. She was like, he's either gonna be a priest or he's gonna be my husband, which sounds really nuts in high school. But they were really good together, and I guess it was about 3 years ago or so. I kind of saw a little announcement that they were getting married, and I was like, well, it's about time. But yeah, I haven't seen them since before they got married, so it's probably been like 4 or 5 years. But it's just really funny where people end up, Again, I don't know how I got here, but I'm just gonna keep telling stories. I think, since that's fun to do. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I do with my painting. I'm telling stories here, and I'm telling stories. Oh man, that was the furnace that scared the shit out of me for a minute there. But yeah, so you never know the people you're gonna run into. I would say, especially the people you graduated high school with. At least into like if you stay where you live, because there's a lot of people that graduate high school and then like move 3 states away and don't come back. And I have nothing against people that do that. Sometimes it's about getting away from like an abusive scenario, or maybe you just can't stand your family. I don't know, but it's good to get out. It's good to see the world to some degree, and get to a point where you can like know what you had when you left, and make it on your own, and all that stuff. But I was at a show, I'm going to say last year at this point. It would be 2016 in relation to the story. And it was, I think, maybe like late October, early November. I was at this show, and it was a coffee shop show. And there was a lot of people there. We're talking at least 120-ish people crammed into a wee little coffee shop. It's like a two-story thing in a row of this business district in town. So yeah, a lot of people. Can't. It's elbow to elbow, and I'm sitting there trying to peddle Prince. Not the best situation to be in as an artist, but I'm sure the people who go to cons can probably relate, at least to some degree. And so, all of a sudden, this guy kind of pushes through the crowd, and I look at him, and I'm like, damn, this guy looks familiar. He recognizes me, which is good, because I sort of recognize him, but I'm like, I can't not match a name to a face. Especially not after all this time, And so he kind of recognized me, and I recognized him. And it was like, well, hey, what are you doing here? Apparently he had just gotten back in town from something. It's like basically just, looking for a night out on the town, so to speak. And I'm like, well, I'm here working, more or less. Peddling prints and doing my thing. And it wasn't a secret that I was, into art in high school. People knew. But I think I was probably one of the people that they didn't expect that's what I'd be doing, especially this late into things. So I didn't go to art school. I didn't pursue it then like I do now. But it was just weird, because it's just like, oh, it's you, And it was an interesting moment, because it's like I had this weird idea. It's like, if I ever run into anybody I went to high school with, it's like, and wasn't friends with, that I keep in touch with, it's always like, what do you say? Like, part of you wants to impress somebody, It's like, oh yeah, look what I'm doing now. But it's especially, I would say, especially in let's say in your 20s here, it's like it's only been 10 years since I graduated high school. It's like people don't have their lives together, especially not everybody. Like, you're not gonna get. It's okay, I'm really lucky to be where I'm at right now. And I just like jobs that came along, and family and friends that have helped me out along the way. But I know not everybody's got that, and you can't be mad at yourself for not being where you'd want to be, because it's like you don't owe anything to a younger version of yourself. You are what you're making yourself, and as long as you're trying, as long as you're getting up every morning and doing the things that you want to do, as well as the things you have to do, because there's no escaping those, then I think you're okay. No one's gonna think less of you because of that, and I think that's what's really important to take away. I guess this year is in a lot of ways acting as my reflections on life and things like that. I need a refill. I was gonna say this is probably helping with my rambling tonight. I don't normally drink and paint, but hey, it is a holiday. But yeah, you're gonna be in situations where it's like, how do you present yourself? You know, that's a difficult thing, I think, to try and sum up your life in 5 minutes, and you're not going to. You know, so it's like don't try to. And one thing the one thing I really took away, not just from this year, but I think I came to appreciate it more this year. No one is going to judge you if you still live at home with your parents. There certainly was a time when they did, but that time hasn't been around for a while. Like, it is a fairly normal thing. People, like, even into their late 20s, to still be living with their parents at home. And, you know, no one's going to judge you for that. So, there's no, like, whatever your living condition is, there's no reason to be ashamed of that. Because that's a, you know, a complex issue. You know, I actually had this thought this week of how stupid it is to say, I live at home. Because it's like, well, of course you do. Anywhere you live is your home. It's like, I live at home with my parents. So, well, okay. But, alright, sorry. OBS will try and reconnect, but sometimes it just flat out doesn't work. It's like reconnecting, and it's like, okay, you're reconnected. And it's like, no, I'm clearly not. Anyway. So yeah, what was I saying? Living at home. Everybody lives at home. That's it's like an I live with my parents, not like an I live at home. It's like, yeah. Do you live at home? It's like, well, everybody lives at home. Jeez. Home is the place that you live. That's all it is. If you don't live at home, you're homeless. That's it. Probably shouldn't really joke about being homeless. I actually know a couple of people who were homeless for a time, and well, that's a story for another day. Although my one friend that was homeless, he talked about how he would always get food at the back of grocery stores because grocery stores throw away so much food. I keep looking at my concept sketch for this, and the bridge in my concept sketch is so frickin' crooked. It's just stupid. So I guess the real challenge with this painting is going to be that I'm making a wooden bridge, which I don't think I was looking through an old sketchbook recently. I think the most recent time I really kind of detailed out a wooden bridge, at least like over water, was probably 2009. So I'm really kind of just making it up as I go here. What's bugging me too is I know I'm using a dark brown right now, but it just looks black. Why you bothered by it looking black, Ben? Sorry. Yeah, I'm definitely getting silly tonight. Just thought of a really horrible joke, but I'm not glitchy. That seems to be the case tonight. Just, you know, glitch out for frickin' ever. Oh, so how are you guys doing? Let me know in chat. Chat seems to be questionable. Varying interruptions here and there. It's always fun. I'm gonna refresh the chat. Probably don't have to, but I'm gonna. Just to be safe. So yeah. Hope you guys are having a good New Year's Eve. I've set my phone to go off at 5 minutes before New Year's. So if you're watching, happen to be watching U.S. Eastern Time, you're gonna be able to count it down with me. Should be fun. Oh yeah, I gotta make another drink. As soon as I finish my Dark Shadows, I'll run up and shake something up and be back down. So, just wanna get some stuff together here. So yeah, my well, the other fun thing about working small is that I can kind of do what I call paint sketching, which is really just me doing a lot of techniques I would associate with like pen and ink, but just using a brush and my regular acrylic paint for, which I really like doing. Okay, so I need a lighter brown, but not a lighter brown. It needs to be duller, because if it's regular like a sepia, it's going to match the bridge too much. I mean, granted, I have some underlying grays in the rocks already, so that should help, but I do need a little more in that. So that, I'm going to get our inky color here that we started, which I think we're just going to mix right into, because that's starting to dry anyway. That's pretty good. Yellow. And I want one of my favorite colors to make things light with, which is titanium buff. Whee! Titanium buff! Alright. It's very cold outside, so my heater keeps kicking on. Can only do so much with the things. So yeah, alright. So, lighter colors in here. And again, sorry if the chat, or if the stream cuts here and there, because it seems to be a common thing anytime I'm streaming on Twitch. Probably a minor issue in OBS that I just haven't hammered out yet. Little yellow, little yellow. That's pretty good. Have to get more, to squeeze some more of that yellow out, though. That's gonna need more of that on the fly here. Right. Moo! You guys are funny. Alright. Dead water. You are dead in the water. Fish in a barrel. Have this really funny gag for my upcoming update to the channel trailer. For YouTube, it's pull out my Nerf gun. It's something like I enjoy making videos of a higher caliber, and then my clone's gonna come by and just go with the gun. I'm just like, nope, 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 not touching that. Not worrying. It's just, I was like, this is gonna be fantastic. It's like I gotta be serious, but still be a little silly. So yeah, so I was writing that today. I was working on some other outlines. Alright. So this is sort of my upper highlight layer, or my regular highlight layer, then it'll be an upper highlight layer going forward. So now, if you want to ruin your liner brush, use it like this. Push it, and don't use the line, and just like spread it way out, and spread the bristles way out. That's how you ruin a liner brush. That's why I always have like 4 different liner brushes, because I ruin them constantly. I use the thin line, and then I kind of puddle it out and like dry brush with it. And it's like the #1 way to ruin a liner brush. But it makes for some of the best brush strokes on the planet. A little bit of figure blending in there. My throat's starting to get sore again. I have to make another drink. So the rougher I am with this brush, the better things look, but the harder it is on this brush. Luckily, this is a Dynasty brush, and Dynasty brushes tend to be pretty good. They're better at holding up their shape. Cheaper liner brushes, not so much, but... So yeah, probably no chance in hell I'm going to finish this in the next hour. Especially if I'm going to be making more drinks, so... This will be a good first piece for 2017. Especially since the concept will have been done in 16. Or it'll be a good first painting for 2018, considering that the concepts were done in 2017. There we go. It'll be March by the time I know what the year it is. And I'm fine with that. So actually in the original concept, I have the figure standing on this rock here in the back that I'm working on now. And when I was sketching the painting out, I was like, you know what, actually I don't like that at all. I'm going to put him on the bridge. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what made me really want to change that, but there was something about him standing on this rock in the back that I was like, why is he on the rock in the back and not on the bridge? Like, put him on the bridge, damn it. There's no reason to not put him on the bridge. Things ornery tonight. Jeez. Guess everybody's streaming for New Year's and not having a party or enjoying themselves. It looks like an area in Breath of the Wild. Well, I mean, I'm a Zelda nerd. There's probably some deep-rooted influence there. Also, thanks, I know who you are now. I know where you live! Okay, I definitely need some soothing alcohol for my throat. Because, holy crap. It's either going to be that or a cough drop. And it's not going to be a cough drop. Yeah, I was going to make something as soon as I finished the darks, and I totally didn't do that. Alright. So let me get in here. The Muffin Man. I am the Muffin Man. What's the matter with you? I've been the Muffin Man since 2006. How many muffins do I make in a year, Muffin Man? Well, I don't make the muffins. I eat the muffins. I have a muffin top. I'm not fat. Sorry. Fat jokes. Holy shit, that ad is still going. Freaking 9 minutes. What? Who the hell makes a 9-minute ad? That's crazy. Alright. Sorry. Unlike YouTube, I don't get any ad revenue here. Yay! To be fair, I did try and stream on YouTube tonight, and it just freaking doesn't work. It's like, oh, set up your thing, and nope, doesn't work. So it's like, you know what, screw you, YouTube. I'm going to Twitch. There was a time when streaming was really nice on YouTube, and now it just sucks. We got, like, what, 3 years out of it? Really a bummer. Alright. That looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. Seriously, I can't get 5 damn minutes out of a stream before it crashes? This is a little ridiculous. Hungover in the morning. No, morning men won't be a thing. I'm off tomorrow. I can sleep in all I want. Morning men's only a problem if I have work in the morning. Doesn't matter if I'm off. You guys know me too well. It's not going to make any sense for anybody else watching. Yep, that's not bad. Oh, forgot a rock. Actually, I forgot 2 rocks. I forgot the back one. And I forgot this one. But I think I'm only going to do part of this one, because it, in theory, is under the bridge and will be in shadow. So I'm just going to kind of do the edge. Leave the rest of it dark. At least relatively dark. Okay. So we will go for a second highlight later, but not right now. For now, I'm going to get another drink, and then we're going to paint the bridge. And then, oh, dang, you know what? God, it's going to be really close whether or not I finish this year. Oh, man, I can't even... We have to hurry, but not too much, because I still want it to look good. I'll be back. Alrighty. So, I made the variation on the red-tailed dragon to make it actually look kind of right, I would say. I don't know if I can hold this up to tilt it without screwing it up. But it's basically green with a red bottom. Pretty neat thing. Yeah, I probably can't really tilt it. I could tilt the camera. Wait a minute. I'm going to do this. There we go. Green with a red bottom. Alright. So. Okay. Anyhow. So. Bridge. Right. Making a bridge. So brown and yellow. Little red maybe. Kinda just need a base color. I'm really tired. It's just not even gonna make it to midnight. Too much of an old guy now. Alright. I tried. I prided myself. I was up to like 1 yesterday. I was like, oh, he has to be perfect. Nope. Not even a thing. But I got to paint today at least, so that's always a plus. Any day is good when you get to paint, so. As Bob Ross would say it, every day is a good day with your paint. So the trick here, and I actually talked about this in a quick tip yesterday when I was working on this painting. That video probably won't be up for like 2-3 weeks though, and that's that it can really easily just treat. At that point, I was doing the trees. Like the trees as one big entity, but everything looks better when you treat them individually. And so I painted individual trees. You know, I didn't paint a forest. I just painted the individual trees. And the same thing is going to go with this bridge. Is I'm really painting the individual boards of this bridge, rather than trying to just make a big rectangle, and then just building stuff off of that. It's like, yeah, no, paint the boards. Don't just treat it as one big shape. In a lot of ways, in painting the boards, painting the individual strokes, you're building the bridge, and quite literally, you know, it's just like, hey, let's build a bridge. All right. Just deciding that this bridge needs some ropes. To kind of hold it up a little bit. Have this support bar underneath in the front, but it needs a rope or two, I think. Because there aren't really a lot of support bars here. It's just the one that shows up. So it's somewhere between a stiffer bridge with just big slats, like, I don't know, here we go, this will show up. So I'm trying to think about how the bridge is constructed. So there's kind of different ways to make a bridge. I've never actually made a bridge, but I've seen how bridges are made. And so what I'm thinking is sort of you have a couple of crossbars that come in, and these are like big 2x4s, and then they just lay flat ones across the top, like that. Then you could also have like a suspension rope bridge, where you have the sections on the side, and the rope comes in on either side, and then they kind of build stuff between that. but I'm kind of thinking about maybe it has two big support bars on the side, and these are just like big flat boards across the top. Didn't think you'd be getting a lesson in bridge building today, did you? That's sort of my approach to painting, is like, know how things work. Helps you paint them better. If you know how they work, it just takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out how to paint it. Because, like, well, I know where things are supposed to be, more or less. I know how it works, so I know how to paint it. I don't know how people work, so I don't know how to paint people. I saw something in the comments about vodka. I'm gonna have to look at that. It's like, well, I don't know how to paint a tree. It's like, well, study biology. Figure out why trees grow the way that they do. They grow in two ways. They grow up towards the light, and they grow roots towards the water. So when you're painting a tree, think about where's the light, where's the water. Your trees look a little more believable. You know, rocks are formed through sediment or through volcanism. So, and they're eroded through water. So it's like, where has the water been in the past to carve out, you know, these rocks and these areas? How does the initial geography play into that, and how does the newer geology play into it, and then how's the water and the weather, how did it erode through the wind? You know, what's keeping these spires up? Are they rocks or are they trees? That actually I haven't decided yet. I'm still leaning towards making them trees, so I might use some of this brown for them. I kind of had them all the same color in my concept sketch, but I'm still kind of debating with myself a bit on what they should look like, where I want them to be. I mean, not where I want them to be. I mean, they're placed already, but, you know. I feel like it would make sense that they're trees, but I'm not sure yet. Especially with how, you know, kind of wiggly and rigid they are, and they flare out towards the bottom, so it would make sense that they're like dead trees, more or less, by the river. Maybe they got too much water. You know, too much water floods them. Or you get too much water and you get bugs and animals that start living in there and eating them, because bugs like water too. So it kind of dry rotted the trees and killed them, and all the branches are off of them, but they're still standing. They had a strong root system underneath the rocks. That looks pretty good. Everything is better with vodka. Is that what that said? Have a Red Bull vodka. No, absolutely not. Drink urine before I'll drink Red Bull, because it's basically the same thing. Actually, I don't know if that's entirely true. That's what I've heard. I smelled a Red Bull once. I'm like, this smells absolutely disgusting. I'm like, why would you put this in your mouth? are just going in the background. I can't. My brushes are in the way of my chat window. Yeah, know the rules, know how to break them. You can break some rules. It still has to be believable. Floaty magic things need a balance point. You know. There's tension. Things will break if they're too thin. You know. Just harping back to that. Okay, now I'm just spreading color around this, having fun with these swirls on my palette. Problem is, it won't stay like that. Those will slowly blend together and just make a mess tomorrow morning. That's what kills me. I can get to the point like that looks cool, and I can't get them to stay at that point. It sucks. Someday I'll figure it out. I know. It's probably pouring medium. That's probably the thing that you need. I don't have any. If anyone wants to buy me some pouring medium. I really don't know if I'm probably going to be ending the stream and then going to bed because I'm so tired. I did a lot of stuff today. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to make these trees. I'm going to get some yellow. I'm going to use more of the... yeah, whatever the hell this color is. I don't know, I've forgotten already. Titanium buff, there it is. Yeah, you know it's bad when I can't even... The thing is like I could blame the alcohol at this point, but it's not the alcohol. I'm just really freaking tired. But to be fair, this red-tailed dragon is really good. I did see somewhere that they're starting pre-production on How to Train Your Dragon 3, which I'm so thrilled about. It doesn't have a release date until 2019, but I don't care. The fact that they're even working on it is really great. Because I think at first they weren't sure if they were going to do it. The people that know the books know how it ends, and it's not happy. So, but I feel like they've been fairly tactful so far, even for the stuff that's a bit darker. So I'm confident that they'll pull it off. Yep, this was a good decision. I'm still kind of... I'm saying that, but in my head, I'm like, I'm still kind of hesitant about it. I just have to reshadow it in a color that works. This is definitely the kind of piece I needed for today, though. I needed this meticulous, detail-y thing, which is sometimes harder for me to do. Like, I just want to do big, wide brush strokes and go nuts, but I like the idea of going a little slower sometimes. And you need it. You need the balance. You need to be able to do big, crazy stuff, but also some little finite stuff like this. The detail stuff's really important. And it's really, I would say it's just as important, if not more important, than the big wide brush strokes. And I feel like that and something else I've said tonight, I've talked about in a video already this past year. It was oh yeah, it has to seem believable. It was what I call the visual suspension of disbelief. It was in shit, what was it? The Fundamentals of Landscape Design Part 2. I think if nothing else, that's probably the Part 1 and Part 2 of that series. Probably was my favorite thing to do this year. Because people requested that over and over again. It's like, well, I just want like the fundamentals of like landscapes. Like, how do I do landscapes? And I'm like, for someone who makes landscapes for their basically, like it's my job to make landscapes. I actually I had no idea. I had to really think about it. I was like, how do you make landscapes? I don't know. I've been doing it so long. It's so second nature to me. I didn't think about it. So those were actually harder for me to write because I was like, I don't know how to make landscapes. I just do. I just know it. So I'm like, well, alright, what's important? It's important to know your fundamentals. What are they? Line, shape, value, perspective, color. Actually, probably less color. I mean, you don't even need color to know a landscape. If you've got value down, color is actually really easy. Like the ability to see different values within the colors you have. Like to know that the Lesnar Crimson is darker than the dialerite yellow on my palette. Like that's huge. Oh, come on, really? Gonna make me redo my password, even though it just turned off a second ago. There's something really enjoyable about wood panels that I can't place it. And well, I should say small wood panels. Big wood panels irritate the shit out of me. But if I'm working, I would say under 12 by 12. I like working on wood better than on canvas. Small. Because I can be so rough with it, I can really push it. But if I have that canvas bounce on something this size, it's like ugh, you know, it just bugs me. I need the bounce when I'm working big, but something this small, it's just tough. So something I've done a couple of over the years. First for my brother when he got his house, and then for my parents because my mom wouldn't shut up about it. Is a pen and ink drawing of the house where you live. For them, it was their house at the time, mine as well, and then my brother and his wife at their house. And the thing is, with those things, with those paintings or drawings rather, I'm really good at it. I am really, really good at those. But my problem with them is that they're boring as hell to work on. And it's like, do I want to do one of those for this place? Because they're interesting. They're interesting display pieces, especially for like a living room or something. And part of me wants to do one just because I feel like I have to. Like I feel like that's the thing to do, is to have a picture of your house in your house, which sounds stupid. Like why? Like what? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you want a picture of the place that you live in, the place that you like? What? But it's like, maybe I should do one, you know? Because it's been a while. It's been, I think, like 2 years since I've done one. And they're super rewarding because the final product is awesome. But they're just a royal pain in the ass to make. So now I'm at this impasse. I'm like, do I make one? I don't know. I feel like it would be fun to make one and leave it here. Like, some. I mean, I imagine someday I'll move. I don't imagine I'll be in this house the rest of my life. But you think maybe like, I don't know, 8-10 years from now, I think it'd be fun to do one and then leave it here for like the next people that own this place. And so it's like, this is my gift to you. I mean somebody's gonna have the mural on my wall, and I know. I would say with probably 80% assurance that the next person that owns this house is going to paint over the mural on the wall. And that doesn't bother me. I feel like it should, but it doesn't. Because right now it's here for me. You know, it's my world to escape into. But I think for someone else in the future, like they might finish the basement. They might put drywall up and cover it up. And that's okay with me, but to leave a specific piece, to leave like the house drawing or something here, I think would be interesting. Because that is even more permanent than the mural. Like the mural you could paint over, but the house drawing, I feel like somebody would keep it. like even if they hate it, they're like, well, we can't throw this away. You left it here. And leave a note. Just don't like here, I accidentally left this here. It's like, no, this belongs here, So, more thoughts from this week. Then I was looking. I've got 3 different blogs, which is stupid. Like, why? I think I tried early on to have a lot of different blogs, a lot of different platforms to make stuff and to show stuff. And nobody read anything, so I didn't do it for real long. Before I had my own website, I had a blog for probably 3-4 years, and that was where I posted my art. And I gained maybe like a dozen people as a following, which at the time was huge. Like, I was like, wow, it's hilarious now, but it's just interesting for me to look back on that and having so many things that I do now and so many outlets. I have a cocktail blog. I have a blog based on a game that I play, which is I call it fan nonfiction because it's kind of what it is. It's me telling stories of things I'm doing in the game, but as the character that I play in the game. And then I have just my the blog on my website. It's cinderblockstudios.com/blog, which is like one post every 6 months or whenever I can come up with an idea. And that's my platform to be like really deep and philosophical on. But still, it's like 10 years ago, the thought of having all of these outlets, all of these platforms to share the crap that's in my head seems nuts. Because I wasn't ready for it then. I guess it's weird because this 2018 is really this landmark kind of year for me, because it's been 2018 it's going to be 10 years exactly since I graduated high school in May. So I guess in a lot of ways it's that, like, how far have I come in a decade? Which is interesting to me. I guess maybe just because I'm a young guy, and you're gonna get that. I'm gonna get that for the rest of my life. I'm gonna say, what did I do this decade? That seems crazy, The people that are in their teens, it's like they're a decade for them as they were in elementary school, barely sentient. But once you've been around long enough, you can actually look back and go, what have I done this decade? And it's been a lot. It's been a lot of stuff. I mean, I went from a relatively shy kid. I mean, even in 2020, yeah. this is my problem. Is every time I start talking about the 2000s era, I want to say 20, like it's 17, 16, whatever. 2006, I would say, was sort of the first year that my art started. I started really kind of thinking about it from an artistic point of view. Like I always thought about it. I always had this dream of being a professional artist, but I'm like, yeah, right, sure. Reality, not a thing. You know, I'm not disciplined enough to do it. And I know I've got some. I have stuff in my archives from back then. I showed some of it off this year. I think the video is called "My Old Art from like High School and College" or something like that. And there were a couple of like the old drawings of video game characters and stuff from when I was like 15, 16. But I think that was like the time I started really kind of trying to take it seriously, but I just wasn't there yet, you know. And then right after college, I wanted to have art shows, but I wasn't ready for it. It wasn't there yet, you know. And now I'm selling my work and I'm having art shows. And I guess you could say, living the dream, you know, to some degree. But there's never a moment where it's just like, okay, now I've made it. It's like, it doesn't exist. It's just like you've just made it a little bit more. And you're trying some new things. And from what I've always say, it's like my adult friends. It was weirder 5 years ago. It's not weird now. A couple friends of mine, their kids are, I think, 5 years younger than me. They're their oldest. And while I know their kids, and I would say I'm more casual friends with their kids, I'm more friends with them. And they're in their like mid-40s or late 40s or something. I actually have no idea. But there's this age gap, and which is just really interesting to me, that you can be on the same level with somebody older than you, and even like 20 years older than you. Maybe it's just a thing. I'm in my late 20s, and that's just a new experience for me. But this couple, they're really fun people, and they're you kind of hear it's like, oh, well, I'm never gonna grow up. These are the people that say that are now, you know, have kids in college. Well, let's just put it that way. And they're fun. They're fun people around, but they're very busy. They keep themselves busy. So, you know, like me, I talk about hanging out with my friends. I can call my friend up. Hey, you want to do something this Saturday? Yeah, sure, cool. But for them, it's like you got to set it up like 3 months in advance, or at least 3 weeks, depending on what month it is. But it's a different mentality. I guess that's just my thoughts. Like, I'm getting older. Things change. You know. I remember I had some friends by, I would say about 2 months after I moved in, and to some degree it was like, I'll just throw that wherever, and all of a sudden it's like 2 rooms away, and I'm like, what? Why is this thing on this floor? It's like, you said throw it wherever. I'm like, yeah, but like, what are you, like 4? Like, come on. You reach a level of mental maturity where it's just like, even being around some of your friends, it's just like, dude, stop. And what's funny is I've always kind of had that. Even when I was in high school, I wanted to hang out with like the youth group. I didn't want to hang out with my peers. I wanted to hang out with the adult leaders. I was saying something here. I'm something about not looking forward to the future anymore, and that I'm so I'm happy with where I'm at, you know. Which I guess is just odd, you know. I was never happy with where I was. I was always just looking forward to the next thing, looking forward to the next thing, looking forward to the next thing. And that was it. So reminiscent of times past. It's the nostalgia feeling, but in reverse, I think. This is feeling depressed now. Like it's the depression the depression level of your drink, where you start getting really introspective and weird. I don't think I've been drunk in a live show in like 4 years. For good reasons. I was like, I did it once. I was like, I definitely don't want to do that again, because I got really weird and silly. Silly. God. Seriously, the second I finished my drink. Unbelievable. The thing is, I stiffer stuff was gone. I just got syrup. It didn't help me at all. Next thing is just gonna be like vodka in a glass. But yeah. So, I got the highlights. I just need a dark, shadowy layer, I think, on that now. Man, my pants drying. Come on, I'm signing in again? What the hell? Jeez. Not that I really need it at this point. I really don't. Yellow, or even orange into black, tends to make a really nice dark. So I'm working with that. I really don't need this anymore. I'm pretty good with where I'm at. I can just kind of fake the rest of it, so yeah, I'm actually gonna just push this to the side. So yeah, not finishing this year. There's too much to do. The bridge itself is probably gonna take me at least another 45 minutes. And I just do not have the energy for it today. But the good news is, depending on what time I'm awake tomorrow morning, I'm probably going to work tomorrow morning. I do need to record videos. That's for certain. There's a handful of other general life stuff I have to do. But outside of that, I should have some time. Which is great to have just an extra day every now and then. Just paint a couple of days on the weekends. Usually it's Saturday for sure, and then like maybe Sunday, depending on what else I'm doing. But to actually really get both days to paint, and then a third one on top of that, is so nice. Just like when I had my vacation, that's like all I did all week is just paint, and it was the best. Like I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to like go to Florida or out of state or just anywhere. Travel. It's like, did you travel on your vacation? I'm like, no, I stayed home and painted. It was awesome. It's like that's all it needs to. All I need to make me happy is a glass of rum and a paintbrush in my hand. And I'm fine with that. I've kind of always wanted to post a Jack Sparrow post on Facebook that says, "But why is the rum gone?" But for me, the rum is never gone because I restock it before it's empty. My rum is never gone. You better know the food, the shade, the rum. You better know the food, the shade, the rum. Yes, the rum is gone. But why is the rum gone? God, I haven't watched that in weeks. No, I did. I went back and rewatched that old video. And I was like, this is brilliant. You know, like YouTube circa 2007, you know. Then lately, the rest of my nights just like, yeah, let's watch beer and board games for forever and ever. Which is a great, like, seriously, if you guys need an exceedingly stupid video series to watch on YouTube, I highly suggest Beer and Board Games. Those guys are so much fun. It'll probably take you 6 months to get all the inside jokes, but it's totally worth it. Especially when they just like randomly have other like YouTubers, specifically vloggers, on. It's just like, wow, seeing people out of their element, because especially people that do like daily vlogs and stuff. It's a very curated version of that person. I should say it's the same for me. This is why I like doing live shows. It's because the art videos are very much a curated personality. It's a caricature of myself. But the live shows are just me just sitting and talking random bullshit, and not censoring myself for the sake of having an educational content that might be shown in a classroom. But sometimes I have crossed the line a little bit here and there on those. Sometimes it's worth the funny. Okay, I'm about done, I think, with what I can manage for painting for today. And actually, I tell you what, it's not even a drunk thing. It's an attention span thing. I am so tired that I can barely concentrate, and that's tough. You know, especially when you have ADD. So a video I didn't make this year, and I hint at this a little bit with the ADD thing. I actually have ADD. It's very mild. I don't talk about it all the time. Actually, never. Because I don't like that being an excuse. But I mean, it is a thing. It every now and then I get like really into something or really on a set mindset that I just start forgetting stuff and forgetting what I was doing just constantly, and I get into this state where I can't concentrate at all. And if I'm in one of those moods, it's like there's stuff I really want to do, but I can't concentrate on doing them because I get 5 minutes into anything, even something like a painting, something I really want to do, and I can't focus. So I end up just sitting and playing games for like 6 hours. So yeah, anyway, a video that plus getting distracted and getting sidetracked that easily. A video that I didn't make this year that I should have, considering what it was supposed to be, is because I hit 5,000 subscribers over on the YouTube channel, and I wanted a video where I sort of told my story, not just artistically, but about my life and about how I got to where I am. And I started writing it, and it just bummed me the hell out. So I stopped kind of working on it, because it's going to be a deeply, deeply personal story that I tell. But in order to do so, like I gotta dive into topics that I really avoid on the channel, and so it's gonna take me a while to write it. I'll probably end up with like 7,500 subscribers by the time I actually get around to releasing the 5,000 subscriber special. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just that idea of, like, you guys watch me for my art, and that's great. And some of you have gotten to know me through the channel, which is cool. But there's a lot to my story that people don't know, and I want a chance to tell that. So there's that video that I make this year, but it's shelved. It's on the stuff I'm still writing list. There's a video that's again, it's coming out next year, but it'll be, because it was scrapped from this year, which is 4 things I love that are deeply creative but aren't painting. And that video is fun. Two of the things specifically, which I've got actually recorded already, are yeah, I can't even think now. Cocktails, which was one of them, and cooking. Just coming home and cooking dinner every night. There is some level to that I really, really, really enjoy. And I'll talk about it more in that video, but okay, so a lot of my paints are dry. Oh, there's my alarm. So we got 5 minutes to the new year, which is cool, which is good, because I'm about done for painting for the night, because I'm tired. I'm really tired. This is turning out pretty nice as well. I'm really happy I turned those into trees, because at least they look less weird and ambiguous now, and they're just out there. Kind of match things a little better, help break up the composition, which is good. So, I'm gonna put my inks back. I'm gonna rinse my brush out. Luckily, I don't have to go too far to rinse my brush out, because when I'm using small brushes and thin ones, I can use my instant brush cleaner, which is good. Concentration camp. Wow. Personally, I wouldn't have put that in the chat if I were you, but sure, go for it. Bring the hate on yourself. This is Twitch, after all, mind you. Well, then again, this will be uploaded to YouTube later. But yeah, so this will be the first painting of 2018, which is fun. This will be a mixed media piece for 2018, and then that one on the floor that I showed earlier will just be the one after this. I've also got another one this size, or close to this size, but it's this way. It's gessoed black, along with 2 small square ones that are also gessoed black. I think I want to make them like two things, like one piece but two panels. And then I have a slightly longer one that's gessoed white. It's also, I mean, it could be either. It could be vertical, could be horizontal, but that's what it is. Think before you type, as you know. You gotta think about that. So, 57. We're coming up on it. I'm gonna count it down, and then probably cut the stream right at the end. So yeah, as long as I don't talk for too much longer, I won't miss it. Should be fun to kind of watch my computer's clock kind of switch over. I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, I'm really happy with this piece, honestly. At least thus far. There's a lot of texture elements, especially in the background. I did some knife scraping, so there's little sticks in the background. The sky is super smooth, but it's got some cloudy transitions in there. It's almost like you scribbled in Photoshop and then hit the blur button. That's kind of how that looks, which is great. And then it's just as you work your way down, it's just all that detail, which I'm very, very happy with. I might have to charge a little bit more for this painting, since I'm doing such a better job on it. I do that. I will do that sometimes. I'll bump the price up $20. So yeah, barely 11 here. I was like, well, I'm counting down early for you. Oh, we're coming up on the last minute. All right. So, I guess I'll kind of wrap this up. I'll probably cut it not right at midnight, but probably like a couple seconds afterwards. So I'm just going to start wrapping things up. So if you guys are seeing this after New Year's, and I'm sure a lot of you will be, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for following around my my ranting for this evening. It's kind of fun to kind of talk and reflect and think about the year as a whole and all that fun stuff. So for more of my artwork, you can check that out at cinderblockstudios.com. Actually, just not there, but on the Facebook fan page, as well as DeviantArt, just uploaded a new painting. Will be up to the website probably sometime this week. I got to catalog it before I put it on the website. So you can also find my work there, as well as over on YouTube, youtube.com/C/capital C Interblock Studios. You can find my work there. We are coming up in the last 5 seconds of 2017. 3, 2, 1. 2018 on the East Coast. Woo! Yeah. That was funny. The whole calendar just shifted. All right, so that was it. That was New Year's at Cinderblock Studios. So yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Follow me here on Twitch. Also, if I'm ever streaming, it's usually announced on Twitter, either right before it or right after. It's at Cinderblock Arts there. Cinderblock Studios on Facebook, Cinderblock Arts on Twitter, Cinderblock Studios on YouTube, here on Twitch, and also on DeviantArt. I think that's all the links. So I normally say subscribe for more, but not quite the same thing here on Twitch. Also, feel free to support me on Patreon. I think it's just patreon.com/CinderblockStudios. If you want to toss $1 my way, you get to see my weekly sketches just for $1 a month, so that's always fun too. So this has been from Cinderblock Studios. Thanks for joining me, and see you guys next time.